Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back with a new episode of Stories. I am Bella, a wanderer of the night and a collector of the darkest tales. This is Bella Dark Tales, where I share stories that will haunt your dreams. Without wasting any time, let's begin tonight's chilling encounters, carefully selected for you. Story 1 is sent by Ryan from Portland, Oregon. I was 10 years old when I first noticed the thing in my closet. It didn't happen all at once. At first, I'd wake up to my closet door being slightly open, even though I was sure I had closed it before going to bed. Then, I started hearing faint scratching sounds at night. I told my parents, but they brushed it off, saying it was probably mice or my imagination playing tricks on me. One night, I woke up suddenly, my heart pounding in my chest. My room was dark except for the sliver of light coming from the hallway. But something was wrong. The closet door was wide open. I froze. A shape stood inside, tall, thin, with long, claw-like fingers gripping the doorframe. Its eyes glowed with a dim, sickly yellow light. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. Then it moved. It took one step toward me. That's when I finally found my voice and let out the loudest scream I had ever screamed in my life. My parents came rushing in, but by then, the figure was gone. After that night, my dad bolted my closet shut. But even now, years later, I can still hear it scratching, waiting. Story 2 is sent by Amanda from Chicago, Illinois. I work the night shift at a 24-hour diner. It's usually quiet, except for the occasional drunk customers or truckers stopping by. One night, around 2 a.m., I was the only waitress on duty. That's when he walked in. A tall, gaunt man, dressed in an old-fashioned black suit and hat, sat at the counter. He didn't order anything, just sat there, smiling at me. "Can I get you something?" I asked. He tilted his head slightly, and then whispered something, but I couldn't understand it. It was like his voice was coming from somewhere far away. I felt a sudden chill crawl up my spine. "Excuse me?" I said. He whispered again, this time louder, but the words still made no sense. I glanced at my coworker, but he was in the back kitchen, unaware of what was happening. Then the man's smile widened, too wide, unnaturally wide. His eyes darkened into hollow voids. That's when I blinked and he was gone. No sound, no movement, just an empty seat where he had been sitting. I rushed to check the security cameras, but there was nothing. No sign of him entering or leaving. To this day, I still don't know what he whispered. But sometimes at night, I swear I hear his voice right outside my window. Story 3 is sent by Daniel from Austin, Texas. A few years ago, my friends and I went camping in the deep woods of Texas. We were miles away from the nearest town, surrounded by nothing but trees and silence. Around midnight, as we sat around the campfire, we heard something in the woods. Footsteps. At first, we thought it was an animal, but these footsteps were too heavy, too human. "Hello?" My friend Mark called out. No answer. Then we heard laughter. Low, raspy laughter coming from all around us. The fire flickered violently, and we all felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Suddenly, my friend Lisa gasped, pointing at the edge of the tree line. There, standing between the trees, were figures. Tall, shadowy figures with glowing white eyes, watching us. Then, as if in unison, they started moving. Not walking, they were gliding toward us, their movements jerky and unnatural. We grabbed our flashlights and shined them at the figures, and in an instant, they vanished. That night, None of us slept. At dawn, we packed up and left. But as we drove away, Lisa screamed. On the back window of our car, written in dirt and grime, were the words, "Come back soon." So guys, that was the last story of today. I hope you enjoyed tonight's terrifying tales. If you have your own horror stories, share them with me at belladarktales@gmail.com. I would love to read them here. Like the video if you enjoyed today's stories. I need your support to grow. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified of new terrifying tales. Until next time, remember, the night is always watching. This is Bella, signing off.